This episode of the What's Happening Delco podcast is sponsored by Delco Meets for Business. Check us out on Meetup at Delco Meets, the number 4 business, and attend one of our incredible networking events. Be sure to register, and we'll see you there. What's happening, Delco? I'm Rich Shane, and welcome to the What's Happening Delco podcast. Today I'm joined by Julievette Jefferson. Julievette, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me, Rich.
Julievette, what do you do?
Well, currently I am a wellness coach and a yoga teacher here in Delco. And that looks a couple different ways. I provide one-on-one coaching to clients where we can either meet in their home or at a local gym and create a wellness plan structured to their specific needs. And then I also teach yoga at a local studio called Radiant Heart, as well as do community classes either in a park or in my backyard or privately in people's homes.
How did all that get started for you?
In 2018, I was mom to three boys at that time, and I was really on my own wellness journey of what does being a healthy mom in her early or late 20s, I guess at that point. What does that look like to me? And I started to figure that out, and people started to get inspired by my journey. And then they were like, can I work with you? Can you train me? And I'm like, maybe. I don't know what that looks like. So I went and got my personal trainer certification, and I did a lot of specific personal training for a little bit. I did some group classes for a bit, and then I started to structure, I guess, my services because I realized more of what I'm doing is more of a person's wellness than just their physical well-being. It is getting people to realize, hey, your health insurance actually wants you to be healthy. So maybe there's resources you're not utilizing, or maybe we need to sit down and figure out what your schedule looks like because we all have the same 24 hours in a day. So how can we create a schedule that works for you? So it became more than just being in the gym or just physically moving our bodies. And then in 2023 to 2024, lots of big life changes happened, and I started to feel like I needed to slow myself down, and I wasn't sure how to do that. And I'm not one to buy things from advertisements, but I saw this advertisement on Instagram for a yoga teacher training, and I was like, wow, this seems interesting. And the timing of it was way too perfect. The pricing of it was way too perfect. I'm like, this is too good to be true. To be honest, I didn't believe it was real until I finally arrived. And through my yoga teacher training, it was everything that I wished I knew earlier in my life of how to like manage stress and really slow down, and figuring out like I'm not a person that can sit and meditate, but yoga is moving meditation. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing. I need to tell more people about it. So came back in late August 2024 with my yoga teacher certification, both in Vinyasa and Yin yoga, and really hit the ground running. And it's really seems to be the perfect merging of my wellness coaching and wanting people to just find the best version of themselves. And so I'm doing a lot less of like personal training type of coaching and more of like people finding what wellness means to them.
You mentioned two different types of yoga,
Mhm.
vinyasa and is it
Mhm.
yin yoga?
Yes.
What are the differences? What is that like a modality, can we say?
Uh, so vinyasa is what we would maybe you could like consider your workout yoga, your flow yoga. So you're doing, a down dog, up dog, warrior one, warrior two. You're flowing from here to there. Whereas yin yoga really focuses on your deep tissue, fascia, parts of your body, and you're holding poses for like 1 to 5 minutes, really in a beginner, you're looking at 1 to 3, and then in your intermediate classes, you're looking at, like, 3 to 5, and then it'll go, longer from there. And while you're focusing on the stretch, like, let's just say, a forward fold, for example, we're gonna hold our stretch, for and more than 1 minute, and we're breathing into it. And now more than just the body or the movement, now we're going into an inner meditative type of yoga. So if you're looking for increased flexibility, I would say yin yoga is where to go. And if you're a monkey mind like me, vinyasa is really where to go because you get the meditation part of it, but then you're getting the physical endurance and strengthening part of it as well.
I've had the opportunity to observe you as you've taught this to people.
Hmm.
And one of the things, while whether it's the vinyasa or the yin, what really resonates with me is there's a very strong spiritual connection for you. And you
Mm.
bring that into yoga. And I guess everybody does it, or many people do it, but I've never seen it with such intention that you do. Where does that come from? That holistic spiritual, that what embodies you as that becomes your person?
Mm. This is a good question. Um, I've never looked at the way I do it as spiritual, so I kind of I love that you say that. Um, con Connecting with yourself and understanding yourself allows you to better understand the external world. And especially now where everyone is so busy and being busy is like the thing to be, and we're running ourselves ragged until we have nothing left to give. My hope is that when people join me in the space that I'm creating, they're able to slow down and connect with themselves to better understand themselves better. What do they need to be the best version of themselves so that they can go out in the world and be the best mom, be the best employee, be the best entrepreneur, like whatever they need to be out in the world, they can do it to their best capacity with their cup being filled and they're not giving from an empty cup. Because when we're exhausting ourselves, that's where sickness comes in and chronic fatigue comes in. And so, where I'm coming from is just giving people an opportunity. And sometimes we need permission to just slow down and breathe. And sometimes we don't even know what it is like to feel ourselves breathe. And in that, you can find clarity in whatever it is you're looking for clarity. So I think for me, that's where this maybe the spirituality is just in finding clarity in yourself so you can go and find clarity in the world.
You work with beginners,
Everyone,
experts, everybody across that spectrum.
everyone. I look at my classes or the sessions that I hold as like the ultimate self-care. Yeah.
Now, you mentioned you do classes at Radiant Heart and you
Mm-hmm.
do them in parks and things. Is there a place where people can find your schedule?
Ooh. On the Radiant Heart website, my class schedule is there. I'm there Tuesdays and Fridays at 9:30. And Thursdays, I do a sunrise yoga at 6 a.m. And then I guess all my other stuff is really Instagram. Kill the day underscore Philly is where I post all the things that I'm doing.
You also do some new moon, spiritual guided yoga meditations, and
Yeah.
um, I almost want to say old moon, but it's
Old moon, new
full
moon,
moon.
full moon. Oh,
Well, you get the new moon and the
yes,
old moon,
yes.
and it's new moon and full moon. But you
Hmm.
also you do different things, and I think that's something that really I gravitate towards. It that helps you stand out on that.
So going into my yoga and when I went to my personal training journey, that was like by myself. I studied by myself. I took the test by myself. I'd never worked at a gym. I was never part of like a personal training community. And so going into my yoga journey, I was like, the one thing I'm going to do differently is I'm going to find community in this space. I'm going to find mentorship in this space. And that has been the key to a lot of things that I'm doing, and it is making everything so much more fun, so much more fulfilling. But also, I think we're creating spaces where the people who are attending are getting so much out of it. And so, people like Dawn from A Vibe Above, I've been able to collaborate with her. Another person, her name is Zena, who also does sound, but so many people in the holistic space. Because I think yoga probably falls under that umbrella of like holistic healing. And we're able to collaborate. Everyone's bringing their talents or their passions or how they feel called to help the collective find healing and clarity. And so in these new moon, full moon community gatherings we've been putting together, um, for example, the two that I did with Dawn from A Vibe Above, she was able to provide guided meditation and the sound bath while I led the yoga portion of our gathering. And when you bring people together that bring different things, but with the same intention, the same positive intention, beautiful things happen. And we've gotten so much good feedback from these community gatherings, that we will definitely continue to do them.
You inspire, you motivate. Who inspires and motivates you?
Mm, my children definitely inspire me to be the best version of myself. My husband, all of the beautiful women in my holistic community that I've been gathering. It's been so amazing meeting so many strong, beautiful women that have different talents, or even if they do the same thing, like for instance, Zena and Dawn do sound baths, but they do it very differently. It's just been so beautiful to explore this, and that inspires me, like seeing them do what they do, and I'm like, yeah, I can keep growing in this space and I can keep exploring and being curious. And that's the one thing. It doesn't feel like competition, especially in the personal training space. I felt like, you know, I don't know, it just felt very competitive there. And in this space that I'm in, it feels very collaborative and we're all just very curious to see like, hey, here's this idea, let's try it and see what happens.
You mentioned Radiant Heart and their website. You mentioned
Mm-hmm.
Kill the Day, your Instagram site.
Mm-hmm.
How do people connect with you if they want to schedule that one on one or find out more about learning things from you?
Oh, so I would say email is a great place. Info at icaniwillktd.com. I also have a business line that's open to anyone to call or text anytime, 267-551-0595.
You're out and about in Delco and you're
Yep,
bringing cheesesteaks back for the family. Where are you stopping for cheesesteaks?
in Delco. Uh, Delco Steaks. It's
What
the
about
only place
pizza?
I know.
What about pizza?
Pizza. We love Newtown Square Pizza. They have the huge, big jumbo square pizza, and I love getting the inner pieces that have no crust.
What do you like on your toppings? What toppings do you enjoy in your pizza?
I'm like an everything girl. Like if we can put like the maximum number of toppings on a pizza, that's me. But I guess for something that people like Hawaiian, I'm a big Hawaiian girl. Um But also a plain cheese, like you could also not go wrong with a plain cheese either.
You went from both sides of the
All of it or
spectrum.
none of it. It just pizza is good. Like you cannot go wrong with pizza.
What the heck is tomato pie?
I think it's pizza without cheese. I don't think I've had it. I don't know. Is that the same as a margarita?
A tomato pie is the same as a margarita?
I
Oh,
don't
I'm thinking the
know.
cocktail. You're thinking the pizza.
There's a cocktail named tomato pie.
No, there's a cocktail named margarita.
Uh,
That may go down as the funniest thing we've ever said on the podcast. So thank you for that. We've lost control here.
We've lost control. Okay, get back on track.
You're out and about in Delco and you have a convenience store need. Where are you stopping? Wawa or Royal Farms?
I'm a Wawa girl through and through. Hmm. I've been there. I tried those mini chicken sandwiches. They are good, but I'm a Wawa girl. Hmm.
Julievette, how do you describe Delco to someone who's never been here or has not heard of Delco before?
Oh, I don't even know how to answer this. So I'm Philly born and raised, and there was a point in my life where I would never imagine, like my past me would not believe future me is a suburban girl, like, wouldn't believe it. It would not believe it. So, but what I love about Delco is that it's a little bit of city and a little bit of suburbs, at least from the parts of Delco that I've been able to explore. Um, we still have public transportation. What was super important to me when we decided, like, if we were going to move the suburbs where we were going to live, we needed public transportation. We have sidewalks. That was important because I wanted us to be able to walk around. There are some suburban areas that don't have sidewalks, and that is beyond my understanding. We have super friendly people. I have not had one negative like experience in Delco so far. And probably my favorite area so far, because I haven't seen all of Delco, is probably Media. It's the cutest little town. You still like get to feel like you're in the city because you have places that'll close around midnight or 1 a.m. So you still can go out and have like a night on the town. Um, but it still feels quaint and small. So that's that's my description of Delco from the city
That's kind
girl.
of, you answered the other question we normally ask is, if you have friends or family coming in from out of town, where do you send them or where do you take them in Delco? Media would be one of your go-tos. Is there anything else or any place else
Yes.
you would go?
Ooh, where would we go? Ridley State Creek Park is a really nice place. We 2 years ago for my birthday there, I don't know from what entrance in Ridley State Creek Park, but we found a little like area where there's a charcoal grill and a like part of the little lake that runs through Ridley. You could like kind of dip your toes in and just relax. Let's see if there's a restaurant. There is a really, I don't even know the name. It's on Westchester Pike in Newtown Square, um, Japanese restaurant. And I saw in the back of the parking lot, they have their own garden, like vegetable garden. So it's literally like garden to table situation at this restaurant. I wish I could tell you their name.
Well, if anybody wants to comment on this episode and let us know, or comment on what's happening in Delco and just let us know when we post this and say, hey,
Hmm.
that's the Japanese restaurant, because I've never seen the garden. So I don't know which one you're
It's
talking about.
behind the building. Some reason we parked behind and I noticed it. It was right. It's all, there's no, it's a garden because like the wiring to keep like the birds and the stuff out. Like it's definitely a garden.
Julievette, is there anything we haven't spoken about today on the podcast? Anything you want listeners to know more about you or more about the things that you do day to day?
Um, I encourage people to figure out what wellness means to them, and it doesn't just mean going to the gym, and it may not mean doing yoga, but find ways that you find enjoyment moving your body, especially in a day and age where so many careers require you to just sit and be stagnant. It could be dancing, it could just be going on hikes. Like find a way to move your body that just feels good to you, and then also find ways to slow down because there is wisdom inside yourself and in your body when you get to slow down and listen. And if you haven't tried yoga before, I would say give it a try. Come see me at Radiant Heart or one of our community gatherings. I make it super beginner friendly. My class on Tuesdays and Fridays, I I kind of wish someone would figure out how to teach my class so I can attend because it feels like the ultimate self-care. We start off with a vinyasa flow, and then we go into yin. And then in our final savasanas, which would you would call like our yogi nap, I give really beautiful acupressure adjustments in our shoulders because many of us are rounded forward from being on computers and mobile devices. Our hands, because we use our hands so much in one place, either on a mobile device or on the computer, and lengthening of our neck because many of us are looking down way too much instead of looking up and at the sky. So I would say we do our first class free, so come check us out. A lot of our community gatherings have been free, so there's a lot of opportunity that if you're unsure of all of what we're doing, you can kind of give it a try at no risk.
Julievette, thank you so much for making Delco well, for bringing wellness to help us slow down, to help us be in the moment and take care of our body and our soul. Thank you for being a friend of What's Happening, Delco. We can't wait to see you at Radiant Heart doing one of your community gatherings. Make sure that you like, share, comment on Julievette's social media, What's Happening, Delco as well. And again, thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you. Thank you. This was so much fun.
Hey, it's Rich. Thank you so much for being a listener to the What's Happening Delco podcast. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to learn more about the people and businesses in our community. I have been a real estate agent for over 25 years, working with first-time home buyers to last-time home sellers. As a listener of the podcast, my gift to you is a complimentary 1-year American Home Shield home warranty. This is for buyers and sellers that I help. If you're looking to move anywhere in the United States, I have you covered with an amazing network of real estate agents. I look forward to hearing from you. My direct line is 215-313-3777, or you can email me at rshaneremax@comcast.net. Oh, by the way, I am never too busy for any of your referrals.